the integrity of sound is the most important element in the studio. No matter what you're doing, you want things to be top-notch quality. You want them to stay, even when you're mixing, you want them to stay the same way you envisioned them when you were tracking them. That's why I still use a lot of analog gear. There is no substitute for it. My name is Rafa Sardina. I work on a big variety of styles of music, from pop to rock to big band to orchestral recordings, even classical, and even movies, scoring for movies. So I'm pretty eclectic in the styles of music I work on. First, I found out about Focusrite because I work in a studio that actually had one of the Focusrite console, one of the very few in existence. So I had quite a lot of experience working on that board. It was the one installed at Oceanway, and afterwards I actually worked on other ones around the world. I was very lucky, fortunate to work on in studios that have them, and I continued being a fan. After that, obviously I couldn't afford a whole, all Focusrite, a big console, but I started acquiring a few pieces like ISAs, 110s, and 215s, and the ones that were modular, rack-mounted ones. And lately I got the ISA 828, and it has become one of my main pieces, not only in the studio but when I travel, because one of the things that are so peculiar about that box is that it's not just that it sounds great, but the fact that it is so flexible. One of the things about this box that really appealed to me, was an extra for me, was the fact of having so many inputs. You can have 8 mic inputs, 8 line inputs, and you can also have 4 instrument inputs. It's like a chameleon. You can really switch between, depending on what you are overdubbing, if you are doing some keyboards, or you are recording a bass track, or you are just recording some microphones. You can switch between the different settings and mark your levels, your mic levels and all that, and switch between just with a single box. Another amazing feature of the box is the impedance selection, which actually gives you a really, really big, broad style of sound, depending on how it matches to specific microphones. And it really opens a microphone, or it can actually even make a microphone sound duller than it really is. And maybe that's what you are looking for. That's why I'm saying what I mentioned before about the whole broadness of sounds that you can get through it. And it is a creative element. It's not just a technical element. Once you start experimenting with it and achieving different results from the same microphones that you have, that's when you realize that it becomes a creative element that you can use in recording.